Compost collection is becoming more prevalent on campus, but many of you may have questions about the process. These questions may include: what is compost? Where do I find compost collection bins on campus? And how do I compost correctly? In this tutorial, we will answer all of these questions by explaining what, how, where, and why to compost on campus. As a member of a campus housekeeping team, there are several additional considerations which we will also review in this tutorial. Compost collection bins can now be found in many buildings on campus. The material collected in these bins is transported by UMD staff to the local Prince George's County composting facility, where it is transformed into its final product, compost. Compost is made from decayed organic material and used as a natural plant fertilizer. There are many environmental benefits to composting. When compostable materials decompose in a landfill, they create the greenhouse gas methane. Diverting these materials to a composting facility reduces greenhouse gas generation and allows plants to further absorb greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. Applying compost to soils provides plants with a natural fertilizer that contains essential nutrients like nitrogen and phosphorus without adding synthetic chemicals. These nutrients allow plants to grow healthy and suppress disease. When compost is added to soils, it improves the health and fertility of the soil by increasing the nutrient and microbial content. Additionally, soils applied with compost can hold more water than regular soils. The retention of water makes the soil resilient against erosion from major rain events and flooding. When added to soil, compost can also filter out urban stormwater pollutants. Before composting on campus, it's important to learn what can and cannot go into a compost bin. This slide will explain how to compost correctly while on campus. Please note, this information is only true for the University of Maryland College Park campus. Different places will have different rules as to what can and cannot be composted in that location. Paper food containers are not recyclable, but they are compostable. This includes waxed paper cups and containers. Examples of paper food containers include paper plates, waxed paper cups, and paper food wrappers. Food scraps can stay in the paper containers when composting. Just be sure to remove any plastic items. Pizza boxes are also compostable. If compost collection is unavailable, these items should be placed in the landfill bin. Any and all food scraps can be put in the compost bin. This includes fruits and vegetables, but also meat, bones, dairy, and grains. You can compost used tea bags and coffee grounds, including their paper wrappers. Even processed foods or foods with artificial colors or flavors can be put into a campus compost bin. Paper towels and paper napkins are not recyclable, but they are compostable. Ideally, unused napkins should be saved for later use and then composted. If composting is not available, paper towels and paper napkins should be placed in the landfill bin. All organic items, or items that are derived from nature, can be composted. This includes wooden stirrers, wooden popsicle sticks and toothpicks, cut flowers, and plants. All of the university's yard trim also gets composted. Always ensure there are no plastic pieces attached to any items you place in the compost bin. Normally, plastics are not compostable. However, recent technologies have allowed for some plastics to be made from plants instead of petroleum. These are labeled as number 7 for other plastic. Only plastic items that specifically say compostable should be put in a compost bin. If you are unsure, you should default to the landfill bin. Never put plastics, metals, glass, or styrofoam in the compost bin. These items will not break down during the composting process. There is no one on campus resorting bags of waste. If a bag of compost has contamination, or non-compostable items, then the entire bag gets sent to the landfill. As a member of a campus housekeeping team, there are a few other important considerations. Items such as gloves, wipes, rags, and masks cannot go into a compost bin. These items should be sent to the landfill. Empty bottles of cleaning solution should be recycled if not reused. Also, the local composting facility cannot accept any bags containing bodily fluids. This means if a bag has blood or vomit, it should be sent to the landfill. Feminine hygiene products are not compostable and should be disposed as landfill. Compost bins can be found in many locations on campus. Bins are located in the food court of the Stamp Student Union, many residence halls, and several academic and administrative buildings. Compost bins are primarily located in restrooms, lounges, and kitchenettes of a building and are not placed next to every trash and recycling bin. This way, the university is ensuring the bins are best located where food scraps and paper towels are being disposed. To determine which buildings on campus have compost collection opportunities, visit the campus web map at maps.umd.edu. Click on Layers, then click the Recycling and Waste Disposal option. Compost collection is one of the options under the Recycling and Waste Disposal layer. Once the compost collection button is highlighted, the campus map will then show which buildings on campus have composting opportunities. You can click on a specific building and information will pop up describing where the compost collection bins are located within the chosen building. Throughout campus, the bins used to collect compostable materials may differ slightly, but everywhere on campus, compost collection is identified by the color green. Compost bins or labels, signage, bags, and outdoor disposal bins will all be green to represent compost. There are several other important considerations to ensure the success of this program. A member of the recycling and solid waste team will be emptying the outdoor collection bins by hand. Therefore, it is very important that all the green bags are securely tied before being placed in the outdoor collection bin. The same is not true if you work in Stamp and use a compactor for compost collection. Our composting facility has a zero contamination policy. Therefore, we strive to only send bags that contain the correct compostable materials. The bag shown contains items such as aluminum cans and chip bags that cannot be composted. If during your time servicing a building, you find compost bags with the incorrect materials, please place them in a black landfill dumpster. If you continue to find incorrectly sorted items in a compost bin, please notify your supervisor so that additional educational efforts can be made in that building. Also, notify your supervisor if you find damaged bins or missing signage. One additional note on compost contamination. Office paper and cardboard are okay in a campus compost bin. Although we prefer office paper and cardboard to be recycled, these items do not count as a contaminant in a bag of compost. As a member of a campus housekeeping team, your participation is key to the success of this program. Thank you for all the great work you do to keep our campus facilities clean, and thank you for your support of this program.